We took the kids to DreamWorld on the Gold Coast in Queensland a few weeks ago, and we'd like to share our journey with you. We had a great time, so here's some videos. First up, we went on the Madagascar ride. This is in an area which is suitable for kids, I'd say around maybe 6 years old to 12 years old. Of course, you could be younger or older, but I would say that it's most suited to those ages, and it has some drops, some spins, and it's not too fast, but it's fairly exciting for that age group. The boys absolutely loved this ride. They went on it, I'd say 5 times. It was pretty exciting and thrilling, but it wasn't too scary for them. And the feeling of their legs hanging made it even more exciting, I think. So I would definitely recommend this ride for the whole family. It was a great one for kids and adults. This ride was called the Gingerbread Gliders. You lay down on your belly in like a Superman position, and it goes round, and I think it goes a little bit up and down as well and out to the side. It was a gingerbread theme to do with from the movie Shrek. The boys seemed to have a bit of fun on this one. It wasn't too scary, and just a nice kiddie one. Took some photos with some characters. That's a merry-go-round. We then went on the bumper cars. The boys had a lot of fun trying to crash into each other and chase people. And yeah, just be aware that people do try to hit you on purpose. And there are some people that just go completely the wrong way. So it's a bit of fun. One was called the tailspin. It's where there's a bunch of planes that you sit in, and you get to control the wings if you wish. You can flap them back and forward, and it can turn you sideways, or I believe you can even do a flip if you manage to control them correctly. But we just sat there peacefully and flew around in a circle. It goes up decently high, but it's actually not that scary. It's actually really peaceful, and because you're so high up, you actually get the best view of the park. So we actually really enjoyed this ride, but it's not at all scary. There's no big fast drops. It's just a really nice fun ride for the whole family. The next thing we did was go and visit Tiger Island. This was the one thing we were most looking forward to for the day. They do this display at 12 o'clock, and they get the tigers to do some tricks while feeding them. So the tigers could stand up on their back legs while they were drinking milk. They could reach up high. They were showing what they could do in the wild, like they would lean on a tree to do that. And the tigers actually had to dive under the water to go and fetch the food, and that was really cool, seeing them swim and actually hold their breath under the water. The tigers were actually 2 brothers, and this one was the one on the right was actually a lot more enthusiastic about participating. The one on the left, he was very shy and didn't want to do a lot of what you might call tricks. So he was just happy plodding along, where the other one would dive and swim and jump, and he had a lot of fun. So it was just lovely seeing big, beautiful, majestic tigers up close and personal. So yeah, the boys really enjoyed that aspect. Here you can see the tigers leaping from one stand to another, and they're rewarded after each one. This is the tiger that was a little bit just not really feeling it that day, and so they gave him some breaks. And but this was amazing, watching the tiger climb all the way up this pole. His claws are so sharp, and they can also safely get down without injuring themselves. We then went into Jungle Jam. This was a fun place to kind of just hang out from all the busyness and the rides and just sort of relax for a bit. It's not very busy, as you can tell. The boys basically loaded up a cannon of little balls and then shot them everywhere, and I did actually get hit in the head once, but it doesn't hurt. But it is a bit of fun, something different. This ride is called the Pandemonium. It swings sideways, and it actually has 2 levels. So there's the soft style, and it goes to about there, where you can see them now. That's as far as it goes, but this is the hard style. So watch how they swing further and further until they actually go upside down. Now this spins right round, over and over, and the people on this ride, we were watching them, and they looked so dizzy, and the guy at the end was literally like he wanted to throw up. So we opted for the soft style, and it was great fun. This next ride is called the Moto Coaster. It shoots off really fast and then swerves round and sideways, and it doesn't do any loops where you're upside down, but it goes quite quick and it has a real adrenaline rush to it. It's quite fun. You're in a motorbike kind of leaning forward stance, but it's actually not an uncomfortable position. You can have 2 people sitting next to each other on the motorbikes, or you can have 1 motorbike and 1 sidecar for a small child. We then visited the candy shop. It had an amazing mix of lollies, including jelly beans, long licorice straps, and it also had heaps of Pez in the different kind of characters, and as you can see, there are every kind of Pez available. We got 1 each for the kids, and there was also show bags and a range of other kind of lollies that I didn't film as well. We then went into Fairy Tale Treasures. This shop is like every little girl's dream. If you love teddies and fairies and princesses and unicorns, everything that sparkles and shines and is cute, it was just like heaven for anyone that loves all that kind of thing. The last ride of the day we went on was the Shockwave, and it was so fun. It span while also rotating up this ledge up and back, but it goes right to the end of the metal, so it was so scary because you thought you were going to fall off the ride. But we had our hands in the air and had lots of fun. It was a really great time. I think this was my favourite ride of the day. So that's all the videos that we took, and I've got some photos now to share with you, and just let you know that we would highly recommend DreamWorld to other families who would like to go along. The kids had a really fun day. It was beautiful weather. We went at the end of August and it was just right. Not too hot, not too cold. It also was not school holidays in Queensland, and it wasn't school holidays from where we're from, so there wasn't many tourists or locals that were at the park, which meant that we could literally go and on any ride a number of times. The kids sometimes went on like up to 5 times per ride, and you didn't have much waiting around, so it just made the experience a lot more fun and relaxed because we weren't standing around and bored. And the kids, we did actually spend quite a bit on souvenirs, so pack some money if you want to buy some things. One thing I would suggest before you look at going to DreamWorld is to go on their website, check out all the rides and see if they're suitable for your age children. And also check which ones are running at that moment, because sometimes they're under maintenance. When we went, they actually were maintaining 2 rides. So the Claw and the Giant Drop weren't working. So that was a little bit disappointing, because the Claw is one that I really was looking forward to. But majority of the rides were running and we still had a great time. I think we would give our day an 8 out of 10, and we definitely recommend it to all other families. We hope you enjoyed seeing our journey